Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. We have arrived. It is finally Team of the Year in FC 26. One of the biggest Fridays of content of the entire year on this game is finally here today. And we've got all the information that you may need. We know what cards are coming into the packs, right? Team of the Year attackers and team one of the icons. We also know about that build your own team of the year honorable mention center mid evo, but there's some less than desirable news about this, and we're going to talk about that today. And SBCs, which of the big names with all of these leaks that we have is going to be dropped today as our player SBC, or maybe we'll have multiple player SBCs to talk about and maybe even more upgrade packs. And of course, the market. Prices are going to be moving like crazy today. Up, down, all around. We're going to make some coins and provide some opportunities for you guys to do the same as well. Let's get into it, guys. If you're excited for Team of the Year, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, let's start things off by looking back at yesterday's content on Thursday really fast, because there's some content that dropped yesterday that we need to pay attention to relating to today for Team of the Year Friday. First of all, in objectives, there's a lot of SP. The level 40 chase is on. They gave us a bonus SP chase objective here called the Italy 90 chase. We got the weekly play refreshing, the weekly objectives here refreshing, as well as the manager, player career, and the club's objectives have given out more SP than they did previously for us to catch up in this season pass. So make sure you are looking at those and getting those done soon to get those packs and players and evos in the season pass. Now, also yesterday, we had a Team of the Year daily play objective. The objective itself gives us a hunter and a shadow chemistry style every single day. That is awesome. We're going to need a lot of those during Team of the Year for all the new cards that we're going to get, all of the SBCs that we'll be completing. That is very nice, and it's probably going to hurt the Hunter and Shadow prices on the market because we won't need those tradable. Those could be a good investment, though, in the next couple of days as their prices drop a lot for a long-term stock in the club and hold. Just kind of remember that one. But also, we have the completionist objective that goes along with the daily play. There are some player picks, some packs, and a couple of evos in here. This evo gives game changer base up to a max 86 rated card up to 7 playstyles, and then we also have a low driven shot base playstyle up to 7 for a max 86 rated player in there as well, with some packs and a cosmetic badge there. So nothing crazy, but that is there in objectives. And the rest of yesterday's content on Thursday was the whole slew of SBCs that refreshed. Guys, it's honestly easier to go to Footbin to look at all the SBCs that dropped yesterday. We had the refresh of the daily bronze, silver, and gold packs, which are of course imperative to our daily grind for upgrade packs on this game. Make sure you continue to do those each and every day during Team of the Year and beyond, because they just refreshed for 3 weeks. We also yesterday had the refresh of the Mixed League and the Premium Mixed League upgrade packs. They're the exact same. EA did not change the requirements at all on these. Some people were hoping to see Libertadores return, but it's still Liga Portugal and the Pro League. These are going to be great SBCs to grind during Team of the Year that will give you an opportunity at packing Team of the Year cards, albeit a little more difficult. This is a great place to put a lot of your bronze and silver cards that you get from the daily SBCs and from other places on this game. Also, we had the refresh of the 85 to 87 pack and the winter provisions pack. You guys know that I love the winter provisions pack. I do them every single day. It's going to help us out a lot when we have the premium upgrade SBCs that are released for the league upgrades next week. Again, this is the one that gives you 25 rares and 15 commons. It is so nice to have that out for the next month as well, to be putting some extra 85 and 86 rateds into to get us a whole bunch of gold. It's basically an exchange pack, to be completely honest, except it's not, uncapped. It's an 80 and lower pack right there. So that's a good one. Now, the two best SBCs that we had yesterday were the 83.5 Defenders upgrade, which we can do 3 times, and you have a couple days to do it, so there's no hurry. Wait until you start opening packs today, if you're going to get this one done. It's just an 84 rated squad. That's very easy. And the best SBC of yesterday is the 3 times per day repeatable 83 times 10 pack. Now, this actually requires an inform. Very good for inform investors and an 84 rated squad. That's a little bit pricey if we're being completely honest, but that's a good SBC to do every single day, 3 times per day. Now, since we're talking about informs, we got to take a look at their prices. They are about 15,000 coins, so their prices have held steady. I think informs will go up a little bit today, right around the content drop time, right after content. But again, it's a Friday night, and Foot Champs supplies informs tradable to the market really heavy each weekend. So I would imagine that after content today, and they go up a little bit then, I think they will drop into the evening, and Team of the Weeks could become investable again. They might only go down to like 13,000 coins because we're going to need a lot of Team of the Weeks for SBCs during Team of the Year. But of course, once we start opening packs, it'll be way easier to craft a Team of the Week and maybe even to pack a Team of the Week to use in these SBCs that require them. So that's the situation there with those cards. I forgot about one SBC, to be honest. Lucio. We had a player SBC yesterday. It was Lucio, the hero center back, arguably one of the most known and usually one of the most meta hero center backs in this game. But I think for right now, it's an SBC that most people are probably not going to complete unless you really want the Brazilian center back. He doesn't have the most meta playstyles, but it still is a good card. I also forgot one more SBC. The 1 of 3 Encore Icon player pick is technically new, but it refreshed basically to be unlimited repeatable. So if you're feeling the risk, if you want to gamble it on trying to pack a base, a Unbreakables, or a Thunderstruck Icon card, it is the unlimited repeatable Icon player pick that is out for, I think it's 86, 87, 88, and 89 rated squads there during the entirety of Team of the Year. Again, unlimited repeatable. So those were all the SBCs that we had yesterday. We had a lot of them. Most importantly, though, again, the 83 by 10, the 83 by 5, and the daily refreshing upgrade packs, including the winter provisions and the 85 to 83, are all out. Now, since we talked about Team of the Weeks, we should probably talk about Fodder as well. 84s are about 2,000 coins. I think they were above 2K yesterday after the content drop. I would sell these today before content because, again, once content hits today, packs are going to be opened. Fodder is going to be supplied, especially I would sell 85s and 86s. These cards have gone up a lot from where they were earlier on last week. These cards were 2.6K just 3 days ago, and even on Sunday they were also 2.9K. So I believe these cards being up this much will not last very long, and we're going to talk about Fodder later on in the video. I think Fodder is one of the best places where you can invest today. If you guys remembered to market on winter wildcards or on Black Friday, the bid prices you will be able to get on any of these gold Fodder cards will be unbelievable, and that'll be one of the best places to invest today. And after content hits, when all that supply is hitting, that's going to be an amazing time to get stocked up on Fodder as well. It does depend on what SBC players we do get today, but it'll be a great opportunity to invest in Fodder, at least this weekend, from a more broader time standpoint, to get invested for Team of the Year SBCs that would be coming out very soon. And speaking of Team of the Year SBCs, we got to start talking about Team of the Year. Let's talk about today, guys. It's Team of the Year Friday, right? We know what cards are coming into the packs. We know we're going to start opening a few packs unless you're somebody who wants to save everything for the full team, which I commend that. If you want to wait that long, it just makes it a lot harder to complete the daily refreshing SBCs. And right now, when Team of the Years are going to be out, you don't want to miss those SBCs, the 8310, the 85 by 3. I would recommend, even if you don't want to, just open a couple of the lower tier packs, unless you have a lot of coins, just so that you can still do a couple of SBCs and get some fodder moving in and out the club. And every pack you open has a chance, albeit very small. All it takes is one pack to strike gold or to strike blue and get a Team of the Year. But these are all the cards that we're chasing today. It is the Team of the Year attackers as expected. 6 Team of the Year cards will be in packs today. These are official stats once again for Mbappe, Dembele, Haaland, Payeur, Russo, and Claudia Pina. They're going to be insanely difficult to pack, and they're going to be very, very expensive, but it does all depend on the pack weight. We've seen years where Team of the Years start out very cheap because EA have messed up the pack weight and it's been super low. And even last year, the Lauren James Team of the Year card was on the market in the first 5 to 10 minutes under 2 million coins, and her card went up to like 3 million coins after that because people were like, wait, that's a 3 playstyle plus Lauren James Team of the Year card with insane stats. She's worth at least that much. So if any of these cards start out really cheap today, you could buy them, but honestly, it's going to be very risky to buy a Team of the Year card today. It's all going to depend on what store packs EA drop and what the percentages are. We're going to be watching that very closely all week, all weekend, all week next week. and of course when the full team is out, to see how the pack weight kind of moves and how it looks for the Team of the Year cards. Now, with the Team of the Year cards that we're getting today, this is Claudia Pina's official dynamic image. She's shushing and doing the L at the same time. That's a crazy dynamic for maybe the most broken card in the game. That's going to be scary to come up against that one. Hopefully none of us match this card in their FUT Champs games this weekend. But along with the Team of the Year attackers, we have Team of the Year icons Team 1 that is coming in packs today too. 5 icons, Zlatan, Seager, Jairzinho, Thuram, and Wayne Rooney are all going to be in packs today too for a few days. This is Zlatan's official card. We've already looked at it, but it looks absolutely insane. This is Wayne Rooney's official card. He actually looks really crazy with the finesse shot plus change from his base icon card, with a huge stat boost there for him as well. He's going to be a good one. Jairzinho looks better than all the Evos that we could create, with 93 and 94 stats on his card there. He looks very good. And I think there's even a couple of stats that are leaked already for Seager as well. But those are the 5 icons that are coming into packs until Tuesday. Then there's going to be more icons that drop after that. The last thing to mention about Team of the Year cards is we should be getting the 12th man and 12th woman Team of the Year votes today in game as well. Usually it's something where when you log in, you see a little pop-up message that says, here's the 12th vote for the men and the women, and you have a player pick to open between, you pick one of these 3 players. For the men, it's Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, and Harry Kane, of course, and for the women, it is Diani, Graham Hansen, and Patrick Guijarro. So I think they'll maybe give us a loan version of those cards, and then we'll just send it to our club, and that'll be our vote for the 12th man and the 12th woman. But thinking of having a player pick given to us and maybe a pop-up screen right away when we log in today just reminded me, guys, the servers today are going to be a problem. They are every single year at Team of the Year. There's going to be that annoying message saying when you try to log in, the match day turnstiles are busy. You wait in the queue to get in. That's going to be a common message today. I don't think I've ever experienced a Team of the Year in the last number of years on this game where there hasn't been some sort of server issues. I would also advise, if you're saving packs in your season pass, claim those before the content drop today, because last year the season pass was glitched and you couldn't get into it, so you couldn't claim some of those packs that maybe you wanted to open. So just be aware that the servers are probably going to be problematic today, and just be expecting that, because there's going to be so many people getting on for Team of the Year. Now, one of the biggest parts of content that we've been looking forward to in relation to Team of the Year is evolutions. And we have the leak, even from EA themselves. They've told us what our Evo is looking like today. At least one of our evolutions. The Build Your Team of the Year honorable mention Evo is dropping today. We had a whole bunch of leaks about it yesterday, and EA told us the specific order of how we have to Evo these cards. It's a little bit annoying, but I want to make it plain and simple and explain it to you guys today, and also talk about why this is not looking that hype, unless EA has done something wrong in the way they're describing this. Let me explain. First of all, we have the opportunity to make a CDM, a center mid, or a center attacking mid through this Evo. It's a build your own Evo, kind of like we had last year for the center backs. You start by choosing any player that is max 86 with max 4 positions, and you start them in the Build Your Team of the Year honorable mention Evo number 1. All this does is it changes the card type to a Team of the Year honorable mention evolution type, and then you choose center attacking mid, which gives finesse plus, center mid, which gives tiki taka, or center defensive mid, which gives anticipate plus. Now, all of those Evos, either way you choose, there's 3 paths, right? They all have stat upgrades, and they all have other upgrades as a part of the evolutions. It's not just playstyle pluses, but that's not where the journey ends. And this is where we were hoping to see a second playstyle plus option that gave us really good playstyle pluses. Here EA says, though, after completing the above evolution, your eligible evolution player will qualify for a second playstyle plus beginning next Friday. And the 3 options for that playstyle plus are press proven, first touch, and long ball pass. Those are the 3 that we have to choose from whatever position, CDM, CAM, or CM we chose, and whatever playstyle plus we already have on that card. A little bit underwhelming for a second playstyle plus, to say the least, and the fact that we have to wait a week for it potentially doesn't sound very fun as well. Now, there is one kind of cool thing about this, is that we're going to be able to move some players in position before we start any of the Evos in that chain, that 3 set of evolutions there to build our own team of the year Evo, to maybe make a center back a CDM, to make a right mid or left mid a center mid, or to make a striker a cam. If you have a player that is max 86, max 3 positions, and max 90 pace, there's going to be some position change Evos today that you could do at the very beginning to give your player either cam, CM, or CDM, and then start the Evo chain situation there. Now, this Evo had a lot of promise based on how it worked last year and how fun it was for the center backs, and it even has some promise when you look at the Evo leaks that the leakers have put out. They made it confusing, by the way. When you look at this, it almost looks like they've leaked 3 separate Evos. Oh, there's a cam leak. Oh, there's a center mid Evo leak. Oh, there's a CDM leak. You wouldn't know unless you realized that this was a part of the build your own team of the year honorable mention Evo, that's what these Evos are. We don't get to do all 3. We choose one and we have to go down that path. Now the Cam Evo gives Finesse Plus, a big stat boost, Incisive Tiki, technical low driven, and 5-star skill moves. The Center Mid Evo gives Tiki Taka Plus, a big stat boost as well, with 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, pinged, intercept, and tech. That one looks pretty good, to be honest. And the CDM Evo gives Anticipate Plus. It gives Jockey, Intercept, Bruiser, Tiki Taka, and a 5-star weak foot. And he says insane stats upgrade there. I don't know why the CDM Evo is insane and the other ones are big. So that's the thing with this, with the position changes that might make it pretty unique. Like the cards that he's showing here, those stats are definitely unrealistic unless EA is going all out for this Evo today, which honestly, the playstyles are the most important thing. The stats could be really crazy and that would be really cool, but I think we were hoping for a 2 playstyle plus evolution today. Guys, on this very day last year, we had the Team of the Year Blueprint Evo that was, yes, 500,000 coins, but it gave 3 playstyle plus players to all of us who did this evolution. And this broke the game last year and arguably broke the power curve last year as well. You could look back on this Evo and say that it was one of the major factors that really messed up the power curve last year. However, there's no leak of any sort of evolution like this right now. Could there be another Evo today released on Friday? Yes, there could be, but there's no leaks of that right now. And that is really interesting to me. Now, the way that this build your own team of the year honorable mention Evo sounds is it doesn't sound very exciting for today. Okay, a second playstyle plus next week. That doesn't even sound that exciting when the playstyle pluses aren't that great. There's one caveat to this. If EA are explaining this wrong, this is not what I think it's going to be. This is just what I'm trying to imagine, because I can't believe EA would drop an Evo that wouldn't give us a 2 playstyle plus player today, right? Surely it's team of the year Friday. They got to put out something that's sick. If this Evo, the first Evo that, gives the center attacking mids Finesse, the center mids Tiki Taka, and the CDMs Anticipate Plus, if that actually gives us the second playstyle plus for the Anticipate, like if it allows us to do that, then this could be sick. But the way that we read this question right here, it sounds like the only way you get a second playstyle plus is if it is one of these 3 next week. So that is why that Evo seems a little bit underwhelming. And that's why I would tell you, if you have invested in any 86 rated cards that fit the Evo, sell them in the hype, please. Like Messi's gone from 4,000 coins up to 6.9K. Do I need to show you the graph of Baby Vieira, who has gone from 600K to 800,000 coins? I get it. This guy's really hyped for the Evo. Maybe he'll be sick with the stats boost. But if you're not going to get a second playstyle plus, and so many of these cards are invested in, this Evo seems to be blown out of proportion and overhyped for what it actually looks like it's going to be in game. And I think I would sell those into the hype. Of course, cards that have already dropped are the 87 rated cards. I think a lot of us wanted to see this Evo be max 87 to level up evolutions. We've been doing max 86s for a long time now. It seemed like max 87 would be the next move, but it's max 86. So these cards have dropped a lot in value as well. Hopefully there's more news. There's one leak. The leakers have said there's one more Bombazo leak that they have for us that they haven't told us about yet. And if that is some other sort of evolution, then maybe we could have some different hype and different feelings about Evos right now. But I'm personally not that excited about the Evo today for building our own team of the year honorable mention, unless something changes about it and it makes it really hype. So that's a lot of talk about evolutions, but that's one of the biggest parts of the game. Let's talk about SBCs, because we are getting hopefully 2 SBC players today, because that's what we had last year on Team of the Year. But first, we might have an early drop today, as Dominic Calvert-Lewin has won Premier League Player of the Month, and he's probably going to get an SBC today because that was leaked a few days ago. This is not his official card, but I'd be watching out for that one today. But what we're most interested in is who is going to be released today as an SBC out of the big list of players that we've got. Marcelo, Smith, Frimpong, and more, right? Of course, you have a lot of names in here. If I had to guess, my guess today for SBCs would be an icon and maybe as well a flashback. And if there was going to be a promo Friday SBC, this would be the guy. If Marcelo's today, I'll be crafting this. This would be an amazing SBC to have. Those are his official stats once again. I really hope that he is today. So watch out for tweets before content confirming whether or not it is Marcelo today. And since we haven't had any Team of the Year honorable mentions talked about yet, I mean, I would be surprised. When I say talked about, I mean like cards that are actually going to be in packs for Team of the Year honorable mentions who just missed out on Team of the Year. We haven't really had any leaks surrounding that. I'd be surprised if we had a Team of the Year honorable mention player released today. We could have one, like a player like Olise or McTominay, Gabriel. One of those could be an SBC today. But if I had to guess, I would guess Marcelo is today, or one other Team of the Year icon, which we're going to look at in a second, and a flashback SBC. So Sophia Wilson, she's a striker, right? She had a Team of the Year the last 2 years. This is her official card. That is a fantastic looking item with probably a 5-star weak foot and 4-star skills. Maybe they'd make her 5-5 if they went all out. Those stats are insane. She's not going to be cheap, but that could be our second SBC today. I also think it could be, if it's going to be a flashback, this Frimpong. But since it's a Attacker Friday, I would imagine this has got to be our SBC. So that's my guess. Marcelo and Wilson, but watch out for leaks before content today. The only other SBC that I think could be dropped today as a Team of the Year icon would be this newly leaked Butragueño. Now, he is a striker. Could be today. That's going to be a really crazy SBC too when he is released. We just don't know who is going to be released. Now, let's talk about the market, because talking about that evolution and talking about the SBCs, that's really where we're going to see changes on the market today, and we'll really figure out where is this market going to move. As we've talked about, player prices crashed over the last week, but now they're starting to go back up. I've invested some of my coins in cards that I think can go up higher tonight. Now, before we get to the content drop today on Friday, there's probably still going to be some panic. There's probably going to be undercuts and some players listed at open bid prices. People are going to be a little bit more scared because Team of the Year is about to drop in a few hours. So how many people are going to go out and spend the big bucks on a player for their team, unless there's leaks that know that whatever they're buying would be a bit safer? So I would expect some fluctuations today, but really the market today comes down to how good the Evo is. Last year on Team of the Year Friday, we had a crazy panic even after the content drop because we had a 500,000 coin Evo that was insane. If there's nothing like this that's coming today, there's not going to be that much panic, and prices after content, if people see whatever is released and they're like, wow, this isn't that great, prices are just going to go straight up, because we should have a really good Friday night bubble as people have been waiting to buy cards for their teams. And with Team of the Year cards being in packs, people are going to want to get Foot Champs rewards to get playing that game mode, and they're going to need the best players possible. And again, like we've been saying, after opening packs, people will have coins, and that should mean we do have a nice Friday night bubble, especially out of pack special cards from players that are very popular that people like to use, the ones that we've been looking at all week. Those should be rising really, really nice tonight. Now, there still could be, depending on the Evo, if something changes with the content, like, left backs are one place where I'd be a little bit worried. If we get Marcelo, maybe a Teo Hernandez, you wouldn't want to try to buy today. Maybe Roberto Carlos, you wouldn't want to try either if Marcelo is released, because a lot of people are going to go ahead and do this. If the center mid Evo does somehow cook, and if you can get a second place style plus today on those, then maybe center mids would be at a bit of a worry and they drop a little bit in price. But honestly, with the way the content leaks are looking, prices look like they're going to do pretty good today, guys. And I think a buy time would be around content or just after. On the right cards, of course, you want to try to find players that are rare, again, popular, cards that people actually want to use, and cards that have dropped off a lot in the past couple of weeks. A card like this, Dembele, he's been in the 1.4 million coin range. His Team of the Year is going to be uber expensive today. So somebody who wants to use Dembele but can't afford his Team of the Year maybe goes back and buys that version or the Scream version. I think there's going to be quick flip trades and buys for your team that you're going to be able to make tonight, and the market should rebound very, very well. Now, if you're looking to just trade and make some coins, you guys know I've already kind of alluded to it. Getting on the Fodder bids is going to be a very, very good place to profit today, guys. I know a lot of people are going to be bidding on Fodder, but it's hard to comprehend the amount of supply that we're going to have, the amount of people that will be opening packs today, even though it's just the attackers in packs. It's Team of the Year promo Friday. It's hype. People are going to be ripping. Get on bids for everything. 85, 6s, 7s, 8s, and 89s. The more you grind on bids, the more you're going to see cards are just going to slip through the cracks at like super cheap prices. You might be able to win 89 rateds for 8,000 coins, maybe even cheaper than that. The only thing with Fodder is it's been dropping, right? If 89s go as low as 13K even before the content drop today, that would be insane, by the way. But if they go that low, I would just start buying them because I think that's too cheap overall. Even at 15K, they're getting pretty close to being way too cheap overall for the number of SBCs that we are about to have that are going to be expensive. With the Wilson, with the Marcelo. Of course, we still have the Olise, who looks really good as well. So that's the big thing that I would say today with Fodder is get on the bids, get on the snipes. That is where your profit's going to be, as well as the out-of-pack special cards like I was mentioning. Look at some of the rare players from these promo teams that people like to use. Cheap cards like a Trinity Rodman like this can do very good. She's already up a bit, but that's a card that can do very good, as can a more expensive card. Any budget, guys. You can get out there and make some coins today. Stop by the stream. We'll be making coins. We'll be watching the market very closely as a part of it. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, I forgot to mention, upgrade SBCs. We should hopefully have some more upgrade packs today. An 84x5 was dropped last year, I believe, on this date. Maybe an 85+ player pick. EA is going to give us chances to put our fodder into places to give us the opportunity to pack a team of the year. So that's going to be happening today as well. Watch out for that. Last thing, we have a couple more leaks, and I don't want to cover everything because this isn't for today. This is for the future. But Evos for Hullet, of course, have been going crazy. This is the official stats for Team of the Year Icon Hullet, who's going to be dropped on Tuesday with Team 2 of the Team of the Year Icons. I think we can now officially say that, yeah, that's clear of, I think, anybody's Icon Hullet Evo. With Tiki Taka and the Finesse, maybe has Incisive Base. That is a disgusting card. I couldn't believe it when I saw the leak yesterday for that. I was like, wow, that card is crazy. But these are all the icons that are coming in Team 2 on this next Tuesday. Alex Morgan, Maldini, Yashin, Carlos Alberto, and Hullet. That Team 2 release looks unbelievable compared to Team 1. They both look good, but I think Team 2 looks better. And we have all the rewards for swap tokens and icon swaps leaked. But again, guys, this does not start until the 29th of January. So yes, we know R9 takes 19 swap tokens, and there's some crazy icon picks in here. The 86x25 takes 6 tokens, but this is something that we really do not have to worry about until the end of next week, and even the week after that, the 29th of January, when we get closer to icon swaps being here in this game. So that's the video for me today, guys. It's Team of the Year Friday. Best of luck to every single one of you. We're going to have some special tips and tricks to pack a blue today in the stream, so make sure you drop by the stream. That link is down below in the description, or just come back here if you want to watch on YouTube at the content drop time, and get ready for one of the most fun promo Fridays of the year. Happy Team of the Year, guys. It's been Nate TheFutAccountant. If you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys on the stream today. Peace out.